Hi!
Hello, and welcome to the Daily Almanac for September 24th. So, let's get started.
First day in history!
On this day in history, September 24th, 1789, Congress passed the First Judiciary Act, which provided for an Attorney General and a Supreme Court. Also, on this day in 1915, Joseph Manuel Montoya was born. He was an Hispanic American who in 1936 became the youngest person in the history of New Mexico to be elected to the State House of Representatives. He later served as a lieutenant governor of the state and as a state senator. Then he was elected as a U.S. congressman and then as a U.S. senator from New Mexico. And on this day in 1930, John Watts Young was born. He was the astronaut who was the commander of the first Space Shuttle mission in 1981, who walked on the moon during the Apollo 16 mission in 1972, who made the first manned flight of the Gemini spacecraft with Virgil Grisham, and who was on the Apollo 13 flight. He became the first person to fly into space 6 times in a career that made him one of the busiest astronauts. Today on Word Power, we'll learn a word that means very little. Oh, no, wait a minute. I should say that the word itself has a great deal of meaning, but what it means is very little. No, the word is paltry. Paltry means something of little worth. It's often used about money. For example, someone might say, 10 cents is a paltry amount of money. Paltry comes from an English word that is no longer in use, which meant trash. The word is also related to the Old English dialect words palt and pelt, which could mean either a piece of coarse cloth or trash. You know, there sure is a lot to it. So remember, the word may be paltry, but it still has a great deal of meaning.
Extremes.
Today on Extremes, we ask, what is the world's largest living bird? The answer is, without a doubt, the ostrich. The ostrich can weigh as much as 353 pounds, or 160.11 kilograms. Now, this ever-popular bird stands an incredible 9 feet high, which equals 2.74 meters. That is, of course, unless his head is stuck in the sand.
Health tips.
It's not healthy for children to lift very heavy weights. Your muscles are still growing, and you can strain them too much. It's a much better idea to lift a lighter weight and do it over and over again. In the House of Representatives, representation is based on the number of people living in each state. There are a total of 435 representatives in the House. Each member represents an area of the state known as a congressional district. The number of representatives is based on the number of districts in a state. Therefore, states with larger populations have more representation than states with smaller populations. Each state, though, has at least one congressional district and therefore at least one representative in the House of Representatives. Well, that's all the time we have left today for Daily Almanac. Thanks for stopping by, and I hope to see you tomorrow.